Hi, I'm EC Bond. Welcome to the Gamery. Tonight we're going to be playing Marvel United by CMON Games. This is a 1 to 4 player co-op game in which you take the role of one of the Marvel heroes from the Avengers universe and fight a villain. Let me go ahead and show you. Tonight we're going to be playing Ant-Man, Black Widow, and the Incredible Hulk. Our villain tonight is going to be Taskmaster. Now, if you were just joining us and you couldn't hear me, that's because I didn't have the audio set up. It should be working now, but if it's not, well, I'll just smile and hopefully you can read lips. So, if you haven't played this game before, it's very cool. This is actually my second video of doing it. It is a cooperative game that is pretty simple to run through, but the objective is to defeat the villain. But the villain has a lot more of a ability to ruin the game for you. So the idea is that you have to defeat the villain before they complete their master plan, which could be any number of things. Every villain's different, and that's one of the geniuses of this game. It is a simple game that can you can take pieces out of it, insert a new piece, and it works the same way. You're doing the exact same thing you were for any other game. It's just a matter of, well, are you gonna get it this time or are you not, because of the villain that you're facing. I enjoy it very much. As you can see, I've painted the miniatures, and I do have another set coming in because I did back the Kickstarter, so I'm waiting to get those. But if you've never played before, let me go ahead and give you a quick little rundown of how to do that. So, this is our city. There are 6 locations in this city, and the villain and our characters will move around it to perform different things at different locations. One of those things is to defeat thugs, which are these little tokens right there, or rescue civilians, which you can do that there and remove those, or you clear the threat, which is there. Now, our cards themselves and how you play them, let me go and pull up the other screen for you. You start with the villain card, which is going to show how many spaces they move and any special abilities, their BAM action, which is printed on their card. I won't show it on camera because it's you can't really read it anyways, but I'll go ahead and explain it all to you when that comes. But with this character down, then we have the player's turn. Now, the player's turn, they will choose one card from their hand and put it down. Now, normally you're playing with 2 or 3 other people, 4 maximum, but I'm playing this game solo. And when you play this game solo, you have a hand of cards, 5 cards, and you choose one to play. And you just play 3 cards, and that's how it goes. Now, the way these cards, the way the game works, this I'm trying to get to, is the actual meat of the game, is let's say you're playing with 3 people, okay? And the first person plays a card, it's going to look like that. Now, what that means is he can move and he can do a hero action, right? So we'll go back to our game board real quick. Let's move over to Ant-Man, excuse me. He's here now. He's going to move. He has 1 movement because of that 1 arrow that he got, and he's going to move from there to there. Now, he has a heroic action, which will let him either save a civilian or clear this threat. You add a hero action to this threat, you get 3 of them there, and that threat is cleared. But the fun part is, now let's say you've done that, you resolve those movements. There are other things you can do. You can punch and hit and all that other fun stuff. But you did all that, right? You did all the icons on the card. Now it's the next person's turn to go, and let's say the Hulk goes. So the Hulk plays this card, which gives them 2 punches. However, they get to use the icons from Ant-Man. They all chain together. So in that sense, you're all working together to complete the deed, and you can help each other by playing cards that will then increase the next player's turn and let them do more stuff. And you can always collaborate. You can say, I'm going to be doing this, or you should be doing that. That's all allowed. I don't think you can actually say specifically what cards you have in your hand, but that's more my rule than it is the actual rule of the game. I'm pretty sure it was in there, but I read the rule book again and I didn't see it. So that is the basics of the game. You're playing cards from your hand. There are of course, other caveats too, but the real fun of this game is working with your friend to defeat this villain before their master plan gets executed and you lose. Now, the reason why we're doing Taskmaster, let me move Ant-Man back over here because there are some things to keep track of. The reason we're doing Taskmaster, this little beast right here, little goblin, is because I have not been able to beat him. I played him this weekend with a buddy of mine. We played this game twice, and we still could not beat Taskmaster. So I said to myself, I'm going to do it on the stream because I haven't streamed in a while, and we are going to get it done. I'm going to beat Taskmaster. So let's go ahead and start this game. Oh, excuse me. Let me get more vodka. Pardon me. Zuckerberg, if you're watching this, it's not actual vodka. If it was, I probably wouldn't be, able to. I would be, I don't know why you would drink and stream at the same time. Doesn't seem like fun. Unless there are other people here, then I'd be like, yeah, you're just watching me drink. You're not really watching me play a board game. Which, who wants to bother doing that? So, rules that are a little bit different if you're playing the base game as opposed to a solo game. In a base game with more people, everyone has a deck of cards that matches their character, Black Widow, for example. And they have 3 cards in hand. When they take damage, they have to discard a card to the bottom of their respective deck. But you add cards to the basic genuine the timeline of the game. And if the villain runs out of cards, in this case, if Taskmaster runs out of cards, they win. If I run out of cards and I can't, let me change that. If you're playing this with more people, and you run out of cards, in other words, you have cards in your hand, you don't have any cards in your hand, you have no more cards in your deck, you are out of the game and you lose. Everyone loses. Also, same thing, if the villain goes to play a card and there's no cards in their deck, now they've won. Or if they completed their master plan, which it doesn't look like there is one in this game. He doesn't have a master plan, but he is very difficult nonetheless. Now, in a solo game, I have 5 cards in my hand, and the second that I run out, I'm dead. I have a lot more options though, so it's cool, kind of balances out. But the idea that, if I always have cards to draw from, but I won't have enough cards to actually stick it out if I just lose everything in my hand. So, if you have any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. It turns out I can see your chats in the stream, so I will be able to answer them in real time. Facebook Live is kind of cool like that. I couldn't do that on YouTube. It was very annoying. I couldn't see anyone's chats as they were doing it. So, let's get ready to play. As we can see, the Taskmaster is starting at the New York Police Headquarters. It's probably there, and then they let him out. Ooh, let's just say he broke out. So he broke out of the NYPD police quarters because he's Taskmaster, and it's very cool. These are heroes. They're going to start at the Avengers Tower. Makes sense, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and draw my 5 cards. 2, 4, 5. I can count. And let's move back to our little game board here. As you can see, in order to defeat Taskmaster, there are a couple little caveats, and I want to mention the base first, which every player, if you buy the base game, this is what you're going to have to do to hit the main villain. But Taskmaster has some other fun things that really suck, and it's hard to hit him otherwise. So, over here, you'll see rescue civilians. We have to rescue 9 civilians in order to complete this mission. Over here, defeat 9 thugs and clear 4 threats. Now, once we've done 2 of these, then we can pull them off, and now we can start hitting the bad guy. We can actually physically attack him once we've cleared 2 of these off. Now, with Taskmaster, there are some things that could occur. As I mentioned, you may see a card come out that has Taskmaster on it. That is his Master Plan card, and it will have the word BAM on it. That means it triggers something in the game, which is deal 1 damage to each hero in Taskmaster's location and add 1 crisis token. Now, the crisis tokens... need more vodka. The crisis tokens are really, really bad, and I'll explain why. Heroes cannot damage Taskmaster as long as there are any crisis tokens on any location. So this guy's going to be running around the city putting on crisis tokens, multiple ones. He can, all over the place. And as long as there's a crisis token on the board, we can't hit him. Makes it very, very frustrating. Heroes can discard crisis tokens from a location with no civilians or thug tokens by using heroic or punch action. And what that means is, let's go back to the game board so you can see what I'm talking about. These game boards have tokens on there representing civilians and thugs. If we have a crisis token here, I can't get rid of that token until I beat up that thug and save that civilian. So essentially it has to look like this. This is not an easy thing to do. So it's going to be very tricky to hit Taskmaster. Once I do, I'm going to hit him with everything I got. He only has 2 health, which isn't, he's brittle. Just got to grab him. Just got to get my hands on him and then break him. But I can't do that until I clear off those crisis tokens it's gonna be a pain in the butt. So there is also another thing. You'll notice that there is a certain number of spots here. When there's overflow added to the location, instead I add a crisis token. So I'm going to be running all over the board trying to get this thing done. It's going to be fun. I'm probably going to lose, and you'll get to watch me cry. So here we are. Let's get back to the game board. Let's start where we are. Oh, wait, no. Get that crisis token out of there. You're not there yet. Let's go back to the Avengers Tower. I have my hand of cards. Let's start with Taskmaster because he is the one who starts us off. And since we've kind of already seen that, let me shuffle this back up. And boom. Taskmaster is going to move 2 spaces, and he's going to drop thugs on his space and the 2 adjacent ones. That's what that means. So wherever he lands, he'll put a thug and then 2 thugs adjacent to him. So let's go back to the board and let's move Taskmaster. He always moves clockwise. And I hope you guys can appreciate this lazy Susan I got here for you. 1 and 2. There is our Taskmaster. Move a little bit closer. Let's go ahead and move him to a little threatening position there. And then we have to put a thug there, a little closer there, and there. Now, over at Stark Labs, in the next adjacent location, I do have a full panel of thugs and civilians, which means I will need to get rid of those things, because if I get overflow and a crisis token, it's going to make it so much more harder to beat this guy. So there's that. Also, I believe there was something else on his card. There was a BAM that happened. Now, the BAM is deal 1 damage to each hero in Taskmaster location and add a crisis token. Even though there are no villains or no heroes there, still have to add the crisis tokens. That's what that is. And he sucks. Let's see. That is it for Taskmaster. So now it is my turn. Here we are. Here's the board as you can see it. I got my heroes right there next to him. I'm going to look at my cards and see what I can do. Oh, I didn't pull any Ant-Man cards. That's not fun. All right. Now, I do have some wilds in my hand. I will tell you that. We're all playing together. We're all friends here. And, oh, there are also some other things on the board that I should mention. They're called threats. That is these cards here. They suck in this case. So this threat means that in order to save a civilian there, I have to spend an extra hero action. There's other ones that do basically the same thing to remove a thug. So I have to spend 2 icons to get rid of 1 thug, which is hard to do. Also, there are some that are called Entangling Trap, which means I have to spend 2 movement icons just to move 1 space, or just to move out of that space. Very frustrating. Don't like it at all. That's probably why we lost. That's probably why we're going to lose tonight. But we're going to lose together, and that's all that matters. So, I hope you guys can hear me in the chat. There's no one watching right now, but hi. So, I'm going to go first. Well, of course I'm going to go first, because who else would be going first? I'm going to use the Hulk to go first, because I didn't mention it in this one, but you'll see how this game is very cool in the sense that you work together to defeat the boss. So, first card I'm going to play is the Hulk. He's going to give us a movement and a punch. Moving back to the board, can't punch Taskmaster. There's no point to doing that. But I do want to move a little bit closer to these guys over here, this far end. So we're going to move 1, and then we're going to punch and get rid of this thug. And when we beat up this thug, it goes on our game board. Bam. Piling up the bodies. Didn't mean that. Anyways, so now that was a Hulk's turn. I draw a card. Now the next character goes, and I could do the Hulk again if I wanted to, which I actually might do. Although I could do another hero and now chain those icons together, which is where the fun comes in. But since I'm playing solo, and the object of this game right now is to defeat Taskmaster, I've got a really sweet card. I think it's going to work out very well. Let me show you what it is. It is Hulk Smash. It is just a movement, which isn't bad at all. It's a movement. But what it will do is Hulk Smash deals 1 damage to everything in that location, discards all civilians there. This is going to be extremely helpful for, as you can see, in a minute. So Hulk is here with Taskmaster. Let's just go ahead and give him a little, look at that little gut shot right there. But he's not going to be able to do that because he hasn't the time. I have 2 movement icons. I have 1 punch. We're going to move 1 over here and then use his Hulk Smash ability, which is going to defeat all these thugs, which is very good. It's what you want to do. You want to defeat thugs, but it also discards these civilians. And discarding them is not great because you don't get to use them to the objective, but not worried about that right now. I'm worried about getting rid of that overflow just in case, something pops off. So we're going to put these thugs over here. We're almost halfway through clearing this mission or objective, I think they're called. Yeah, they're called objectives. And that is Hulk Smash. So now we're going to take this down here. And the next card I play is going to chain on that card, not the ability, just the icon. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I have 5 cards in my hand. And let's take a quick look at the board so we can kind of see what's going on here. So there's Taskmaster. Can't do anything with him, but he hasn't done anything too much yet. He could move after this third card getting played and both my heroes in the same place. Rule of thumb is that I've kind of come up with is you shouldn't have your heroes all in the same location because a lot of these BAM actions will hit heroes on the same location. So it's good to spread out. In that sense, I do have Antman, and Antman is cool. I have 2 movement. I also have a heroic action. Let's do that. So, yes. Antman's going to come out with that. So now you see we have 2 movement actions and 1 heroic action. Moving back to the board, Antman is there. We're going to go ahead and move him. That's going to... Alright, this camera angle is going to really screw me up. It's going to move over there. That's 1 movement. Now he is in an entanglement location, so it takes 2 movements to leave that place. So he's going to stay right there and probably lose that movement token. But with the heroic action, I'm going to go ahead and put this star right here so you guys can kind of see it. Now I am 1 step further to clearing that threat. It will remove that entanglement so I can move through there with just 1 movement action and also help me towards my goal of completing that objective. So that was 3 cards, as you can see. 3 cards right there, play by the heroes, which means now we have the Master card that comes out. The Master card, it's going to suck. He's going to beat me up. And here it is. It is 4 movement, which is good for us because he moves right past us. 4 movement with a BAM, and he's going to be dropping thugs on his location. Let's move back to our board and see what we're doing here. Here's Taskmaster. Nope, there's Black Widow. This is not going to be good. I'm on a Lazy Susan, and, it's moving, and it's lazy. So let's move 4 steps for Taskmaster. Let me move this camera a little bit for you there. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 all the way over there. Catching up on the Hulk. Don't know why you do that. You want to stay away from the Hulk. I don't think Taskmaster is that brave. And now he is at the back of the New York police station where he started off. So now that we're there, we're going to do his BAM action. But his BAM action does not do any damage because there's no heroes there. But it does add 1 of these crisis tokens, which is going to be really bad for us later on down the road. He also will put a thug there and a thug next door. That's not good because he is starting to get to overflow, and overflow is bad for us. I already have 2 crisis tokens on the board, too many for me, and we're going to have to start doing something about that. Now I am noticing, you can't really tell from here across the way, but let me go ahead and show you real quick since we're on this camera angle, that Black Widow and the Hulk are close to this Avengers mansion here, where there is only a civilian and a crisis token. And I can get rid of the crisis token if I can get rid of that civilian. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on now. Let's start with my hand. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I have Black Widow could do it, and they are going to, so you can see, we are still going to chain off those icons. So I do have a movement. I do have a heroic action. Currently it looks like I can do this, so let me go ahead and show you how this is going to work. There's Ant-Man. Here is Black Widow. She's going to have 2 movement action, 2 heroic actions. Moving back to our game board, there's a Black Widow, and I hope you guys can see her because I'm really proud of the way she came out. She came out very well. So there's that 1 movement. She's there. The threat there is concerning thugs. We don't have to worry about it. We're going to use 1 of those 2 heroic actions to save this civilian. And then we're going to use the other. Wait, I need to do. No, I can do it. I'll use the other heroic action to then clear this threat. No more threat there. There's only one threat on the board. I'm getting excited, even though it's probably not going to really matter, because that one threat is just gonna, it's gonna be there forever. It's just gonna annoy the hell out of me. Mm. So that was one movement out of two, both my heroic actions. Let's go ahead and move back over to where we were. And just kind of jump around because I think that might be helpful in the long run. So there is, that was the Black Widow's card, the Black Widow's action. Let me go back to my hand. 4 cards, need 5. I do have the Hulk, and he does need to get rid of those guys over there. But he will need 2 movements to get out of where he is because he's in an entanglement zone. So maybe let's leave Hulk where he is and he can just hang out. I have a bunch of Black Widow cards, which will let me do something cool called Interrogate. I can look at the top card of the master deck and try to... I can move it down to the bottom. So I can kind of cycle through cards that I don't want there. But the only other thing is that I can punch something and do another heroic action. That might be good. It does take 2 heroic actions there, but not to clear the threat. So this is what we're going to do. Let's go. Okay, we're there on the board. Black Widow is there. Black Widow is going to get this. So let's go ahead and look at the top card of the interrogation deck. It is Dark Schemes. If there are no heroes in Taskmaster's location, place 1 crisis token there. And it's a 0 movement. So if I leave this there, there's a very good chance that a crisis token will come out. But now that I know this is there, I can leave it on the top of the deck because of the interrogation card. I can either move it to the top or the bottom. I can leave it on top, and then I can plan for this. I can move the Hulk there to stop this. The only problem is I won't have the movement in my hand now. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this because I won't be able to stop it. It's a very cool card. Let's see, can I move any? Nope. I won't be able to move to that location. So this is going to go to the bottom. And now we're going to move on to our movements, heroic action, and a punch. 1 of each. So let's see. We're going to use the punch to beat up this thug. Come here. We're going to use the heroic action on that location to attack that threat. And then I think we're going to do... Oh, I don't want to move there. You know what? Because there are entanglements on both sides. So we're going to move back here just to be safe to kind of see what happens. And that would be the second card to play. So let's go back over here to our board. You'll see that we're halfway through this objective. We have 1 civilian. We haven't cleared any threats, but we're working on it. This would be now my 3rd card before the master card goes. And you know what? It was very cool because it's an Ant-Man card. It's called Grow. Move, then hit against a single target 3 times. This isn't really going to help me right now, but this, well, doesn't really help. No, it doesn't. Because in order for Ant-Man to leave there, he needs 2. He doesn't have it. So what we're going to do is, instead of playing an Ant-Man card, we're going to play a Hulk card. Hulk is going to come out, which is going to give him a punch and a heroic action. Let's go back to our board and see where the Hulk is. He is at Stark Labs. Ay, yeesh, lazy, Susan. He's at Stark Labs, and he needs 2 movement to leave the location, so he's not going to move. But what he is going to do is use a heroic action to place there on that threat to move it 1 step closer to clearing it. And then he's going to punch this dude right in the face. Pop, bang. Punches him, moves him right over here, getting just a little bit closer to that objective. Now, I will take a side note that you guys can use this as a tip when you play your base game, even with more people, is that you want to get these objectives close to being done together. Because when you clear 1 objective, you get to play 2 cards instead of 3. So it's actually a hindrance, right? You want to get these kind of like filled up, either, 2 of them filled up close to completion, so that way you can chain them and get them out of the way, without having to deal with that villain who's going to be playing a card every 2 cards instead of 3. Kind of makes sense if you've played the game. I'm listening to myself right now. I'm going to have more vodka because I don't think it's making sense whatsoever. That's Vidania. So that is the 3 cards that we've now played for the heroes. So we're gonna go ahead and slime these down, move Hulk over here, and play the top card of Taskmaster deck, which is this. Which is gonna move our Taskmaster 2 places. There's gonna be a BAM, and he's gonna drop civilians. Move back to our board. Taskmaster, where are you? Ooh, not good. Looks like Black Widow's gonna get hit. Pop and pop. Look at that. A little bit of a fight going on there. I like the way that looks. That's fun. So there is that. That is 2 movement. There is 1 BAM. He will deal 1 damage to us, which means I have to discard a card to the bottom of my deck. And place a crisis token there. Not the end of the world for that, because there are no... Well, now there is. So now we're going to drop down civilians on that location and on adjoining locations. Let's go that, and that. And that's it. That was actually a pretty good play for him. He took me down just a little bit. And he has another crisis token out, which isn't good. So it is back to our turn. Let's go ahead and take a look at our character board here. We do have Hulk's heroic action that we can use. And I think if I can get another heroic action there for Black Widow, then that would be good. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So I think, yes, this is what we're going to do. Let's go back. Well, no, let me go ahead and show you what I'm going to do. I have 1 heroic action from the Hulk. I'm going to do Ant-Man, and he's going to get a heroic action. That's 2 heroic actions. Now, when we go back to this board over here, you'll see where he is. He's entangled there because of this threat. Now, he's going to get 2 heroic actions, which he can use that are fine. Bam, he's going to do that. That threat is now clear. We're going to put this marker over here on our cool little board. We are a little bit closer on that one. And now Ant-Man can move. He's no longer hindered by that threat, which is good. So that was Ant-Man's turn. Let's go ahead and slide these down just a little bit here. 3 cards. I should have 4. Let's draw that. Swap. Ooh. So Ant-Man's got a cool little card I haven't seen before. Swap this card with any of your face-up cards in the storyline. That card becomes one you played this turn. Interesting. Oh, I can basically go through the discard, for lack of a better word. We're going to use that when we get the wilds out. This is going to be very good. I'm going to hang on to that one, though. All right, so let's see. I think I want to punch some thugs. I definitely want to punch some thugs. Let's see. Oh, I need 2. That's good. This is going to work out very well. All right, so next card is still going to be Ant-Man. Ant-Man's going to come here. He's going to get heroic action, a movement, which he can now do. And he can punch 3 against a single target. Now, if you don't tell anyone, neither will I. But I'm going to use those 3 punches against more than 1 target. 2 targets, technically. So I'm cheating. It's fine, because it's a solo game and I can do what I want. So let's go back to our game board. Again, we have 1 heroic action, 1 movement, and 3 punches, technically. So while we're here, if you can see, there's a little thug right behind him. We're going to go ahead and use Ant-Man and just do that. That's 1 punch. Then he's going to come over here with his 1 movement. And he's going to punch this thug. Now, he has to use 2 punch icons because of this threat that's here. It's not good. But we're going to go ahead and use the 2. So now we have no more punches to use, but it's fine. And we're almost done with that one. I'll show you that in a minute. And I do have a heroic action. For the heroic action, I'm going to use it there. And focus now on just clearing these threats so we can do that together. As you'll see, we are almost done defeating thugs, so we're going to clear this objective very soon, in theory. So I want to be able to clear that threat off so that way they all come off together, or at least 2 come off together, so I can start punching Taskmaster. I'm actually doing pretty good. I feel pretty good. I think this is going well. Let's keep going. So now we're going to slide these cards over. I do have his movement, which maybe Hulk can use. Let's see what I get. Let's see what I draw. Nope, did not get the Hulk card. So, ooh, you cannot take any damage at the beginning of your next turn. Interesting. Ant-Man has some pretty cool cards. He seems a little more advanced than I was giving him credit for. So now I have a movement, and I have a wild that I can use. Don't have a lot else. So, let's go ahead and do that. Black Widow is coming out. She has a movement and she has a wild that she can use for anything she wants. Back here at the board, let's scroll over here to Black Widow, who is hanging out with Taskmaster. And we are going to do some cool things here. Let's see. I think what we're going to do is she's going to move over here to this location and drop a heroic action. Get a little bit closer on this step there. That's going to be fun. That is 3 cards. So now we're going to slide all these over and we're going to play a Master Villain card for Taskmaster. We are keeping that wild. And here it is. Taskmaster is going to move 1. Oh, he is chasing her down. This is not good. Chasing her down. So there's the. We're going to do 1 movement. It's going to be a BAM. And then we're going to be adding thugs. So back to our game board so you can see how this is all going to play out. It's not going to be good for us. Here's the 1 movement. BAM occurs, which means I have to get rid of a card. Not good. Not good at all. And then there will also be a crisis token because that is what he does. Currently on the board I have 3 crisis tokens and I'm not happy about it. Then I believe, yep, thugs come out as well. Thugs. Alright, I'm not really worried about overflow just yet, which is good. Gonna be, but not just yet. So that is the game board as it stands. Let's come back over here. We have that wild from Black Widow that we can use. And I think I have a very cool card for Ant-Man that I want to use. He is not entangled over there. But he is doing something else that's pretty cool. Let's see real quick. Eesh, that's going to suck. That really is going to suck. Alright. Alright, let's go back to the board so you can see what I'm doing. I'm looking over here at Ant-Man. He has a wild, which I think I probably should use for movement. But then he also has 2 heroic actions we can then use to clear that threat. And I think that's what our goal should be at this point. And then we'll move him over. So, Ant-Man's going to stay there. You need to see what card I'm playing. With Black Widow's wild and my 2 heroic actions, I'm going to play 2 heroic actions on this card to clear it off. Bam, bam. These come off. Done. Halfway through clearing threats on the ad objective. Really good. Very good. Those were 2, and then I still have his wild. So with his wild, he's going to move over here. And hopefully I'll be able to get through those guys. That is the 1 card for this round. Now, Ant-Man's going to be lending his 2 heroic actions, which could come in handy. I could give them to Black Widow, as a matter of fact. Let's see. It does cost a little bit more to save civilians there, though I'm not too worried about that right now. Does she need the movement? Yeah, I think she does. Yeah, let's do it. So, this next card is going to be for Black Widow. It's going to be a movement and 3 heroic actions. So, let's scroll over here to Black Widow, who's still chilling out with Taskmaster because he is hunting her down. And with our 1 heroic action, we'll go ahead and clear this threat. 1 of 3 it's being used. You will also notice, if you haven't played this before, when you clear off a location, you do open up certain abilities that can then be used at those locations if you end your turn there. So, more vodka. It's just water. It's not actually vodka. I mean, I'm a grown adult. I could drink vodka if I wanted to. I don't have any vodka in the house because I'm a grown adult. I drink scotch. That's what a man drinks. And if you don't identify as a man, you know what? I'm not going to go down there. This is Facebook. Forget I ever said anything. So, here we are with, it's not vodka. This is Black Widow. She has used 1 of her 3 heroic actions. She also has a movement. Now, with the other 2 heroic actions, I feel like it would be a good idea to clear these 2 civilians. And the only reason I'm doing that is because there's a crisis token there, as you can see right at the feet of Taskmaster. I have to get rid of that crisis token, so this will move us 1 step closer to that. Now, that's all 3 of my heroic actions. I do have 1 movement, and just so you know, the villains only move clockwise around the table, so then I'm going to go ahead and move Black Widow counterclockwise. Ooh, and she's gonna dodge right there and move over to the Avengers Mansion, and we're gonna use her on the next thing. So now this is gonna be my last card before the next card comes out. Let's see. I do have my Hulk Smash card, and my Hulk Smash card is very cool, and I can also use him on this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Hulk Smash is coming in at just the right moment. Check it out, guys. Hulk Smash. There's no banner, only Hulk. I do that voice for my kid, and he hates it, but I love it because I'm the Hulk. Hulk like raging fire, Thor like small bonfire. Ugh. Anyways, so we are now having for the Hulk 1 heroic action and 2 movement, which he's going to need to leave his space. As you can see, he is in an entanglement zone. No, you can't see it because it's not on the map. He is in an entanglement zone, which means he needs 2 movements to leave that spot, which he has. So we're going to do that. We're going to move him over here to where Ant-Man is. Now with that 2 movement, once he lands there, Hulk Smash does 1 damage to everything there, and it clears all civilians. This current entanglement means I need to have 2 heroic actions to save 1 civilian. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and smash him out the way. We're just going to... And then we're going to kill these 2 thugs. Now the cool thing about that is I'll show you in a minute what's going to happen, but it's very good for us in a way. Now once those guys are gone, I believe that is all his... Nope, that's not, because we still have a heroic action. Now with his heroic action he has left, I am now going to use it to clear this threat. Very good, very cool. Need to get rid of these. These are terrible things. You don't want them on the board. Bam, it is now gone. So Hulk has gone on there. He smashed everything out. Let's go back to our game board so you can see now we have defeated all the thugs that we need to defeat. We can clear this mission, and we did it in such a way that we got at least our 3 cards out. Now the villain is going to start drawing cards on every 2 hero cards. So it's going to move a little bit faster for him. It's going to get a little more tense for us. But I did it the exact time you want to do it because I got at least my 3 cards out before I got hindered to 2. So let's go ahead and clear these down. Hulk Smash is going to hang out. And now we have our new Taskmaster card. Here it is. Bam. He's going to... Oh, no bam. Shouldn't say that. He's just going to move 3 spots. And he's going to drop civilians. So here we are on our board. I'm going to leave him right there because it's 1, 2, and look who's standing behind you. It is Taskmaster. Oh, he's brave. He's brave. He's evil. I hate Taskmaster. Does anyone know who's going to play him in the Black Widow movie? Because, I mean, we probably should know by now, but I have no idea who that is. I was really hoping it was going to be the dude that played Punisher, John Belthune? Blue Man Group? He's very cool. I like that actor a lot. He does a lot of good stuff. We are dropping civilians in the current location and both adjacent locations. And now we're going to go back to our board and see what card we're going to play next. We have Hulk's movement. We don't really need it, but we have it. I have 2 cards in my hand. I should have 3. All right. Black Widow, what are you doing? I have cards for you, and I have a movement for you, and you could use it. And if we go over here, let's see. I just want to show you real quick where Black Widow is. She is at the Avengers Mansion. If I move her to this next location to the left, she'll move to the tower. If I end her turn there, you may search your deck for 1 card and set it aside, and then shuffle your deck and place that card on top. Could be cool. I need to draw cards to see what this next one is. You may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of the deck to remove 1 crisis token from anywhere. I want to do that one. So let's go back to our game board. Let's see what we have to work with. We have a movement. She can use it. Ooh, I don't have a movement here, though. That's what sucks. I do have... I could punch a dude, which is good, but I need 2 to punch a dude there, so never mind. Not good. I have a movement, and then I could punch a dude there. Might as well do that. So let's go ahead. Black Widow is going to interrogate. Let's do that one first. I get to look at the top card of the deck, and then I can put this on the top, or I can move it to the bottom. This is going to be 0 and a copycat. Add civilians to Taskmaster's location for each hero action at the bottom of the last 2 hero cards in the storyline. Oh, which I have none. I'm going to leave this one on top. It's going to stay right there. Doesn't resolve yet, but we get to look at it to see what's coming up. So now we have a movement. We have a punch. That is for Black Widow. Let's move back to the board where she is. Whoa, don't do that, Bond. Yeesh, that wasn't good. So we have a movement and a punch. Now I can't really use a punch there because I need 2 punches to hit 1 thug on that location. But on this next location, that is not the case. So we're going to move 1 that the Hulk is on his borrow, and we're going to punch this thug. The only reason we're going to do that is to clear it off so that way we can get to that crisis token, which we will be doing shortly. Now that is 1 action for Black Widow. Let's go ahead and move back to our board so we can see it. Draw my card. I have a punch that I can use. Now she has 3 punches that she can use because of that. But you know what she needs? She needs to move. Don't have move, though. I do have an Ant-Man card. Let's take a look and see where Ant-Man is in this board. Maybe we can use him in this. Ant-Man can't really do a whole bunch there. I can move him and I can save some stuff. You know what? I don't think it's a terrible idea, but what's over here? It's another entanglement over here at Stark Labs. But if I move there, I will be able to do a heroic action, which will be helpful in clearing that threat, which I do like. Although a punch isn't really going to do me much good there. Decisions. Let's see. I can go there. I can move. You know what? Jeez, I don't know what I want to do here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with my plan of saving civilians, maybe move a little closer on that track. I don't know. I'm kind of at a crossroads here. So let's go ahead and go back to our board. We can see what card we're playing. Black Widow is going to chain with Ant-Man. Ant-Man's not going to take any damage until his next turn. Keep that in the back of our heads. I don't think it's going to be a problem unless I take damage. In which case I'll use that. Because I don't care. I can play it any way I want. Ant-Man is going to move. He has a wild and he's going to punch. When he moves, he's going to... Oh, I can't use that over there either. Whatever. He's going to move here to this next location. He's not going to punch anything. He's going to whiff. He's going to miss. He's not going to do anything. But when he ends his turn there, he gets to rescue 1 civilian. We'll do that. Wait. Yes. 1 civilian. Moving to our board a little bit closer on that line, which is what we want. And that was 2 cards. So now the next hero card or the next evil guy card's coming out. Master Plan card, that's what it is. And it's going to be a copycat. He's not going to move anywhere. He's going to be right where he is. And we're going to add civilians to this location for each hero action at the bottom of the last 2 hero cards in the storyline, which is 0. So we're fine. Nothing really happens. We're going to keep Ant-Man's wild card. Keep that in play. And we're going to keep on going. I have 3 Black Widow cards in my hand. And I can get rid of that threat card. Okay. That is good. That is very good. All right. Let's see what we got over here. I could go ahead and take care of that one too, which is going to be good. I know. I like this idea. So, this is what we're going to do. Black Widow's going to play this card. He has a wild and 2 punches. Let's go back to our board so you can see how Black Widow's doing. Kind of over here on the opposite end of the board. But we have a cool little thing that we're going to be doing right now. I have 2 punches. I'm going to use 1 punch to hit this crisis token. Come here. Stop it. That goes away. That's 1 of 2 punches. Now over here with our wild, we're going to move this wild over here and punch this thug. Punching thugs doesn't really help us toward our objective, but it does do other things that are cool because when I end my location, when I end my action there, I may discard 1 card from my hand to remove to the bottom of my deck, to remove 1 crisis token from anywhere on the board. Now I have 2 cards in my hand. Removing 1 does sound like a lot, but I'm willing to risk it because I'm willing to risk it. I'm going to do it. We move 1 card, bottom of the deck, and remove any crisis token, which leaves 0 crisis tokens on the board. This is very good. I'm very glad I did that. Let's go back to our character board so we can see we have 2 punches here, but we have only 1 card. Now we have 2 cards, and it is Hulk Smash. Now where Hulk is, I can't really smash anything. He can't really smash anything at all. There are no thugs there. There are only civilians. I can't do heroic action. Ooh, got this one at just the wrong time. Oh, I have stalled out completely here. Wow. Yeah, so I'm going to show you guys. This is my hand, and I'm not going to be able to use any of these cards. They're Black Widow, and one's a Hulk, and there's nothing to smash. So this is going to be a bust. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So we'll go ahead and play Black Widow's card. Black Widow's card there. 3 punches. Can't do anything with it. Cycle everything down. Yeah. And now we go directly to the next card for Taskmaster. He is moving 0, and it looks like Dark Schemes. If there are no heroes in Taskmaster location, place 1 crisis token there. Haha, joke's on you. You're chilling with the Hulk. So there will be no crisis token. Thank you very much. Sure. Now let's go back to our board. We have 1 punch. I have a... I am not... This is not good. This is very much not good. I, again, got nothing but punches. Can't really do very much with this. So I got to play one of them. I can't... Oh, God. You know, discarding that 1 card really hurt. Really, really hurt, because now I'm not hitting anything. There's that. Nothing happens. Draw a card. Oh, finally I got my movement. So but you know what? Movement's not going to help either. Oh, wait. That should be over here. I cleared that crisis. Yes. That should be there. A little bit closer to there. Oh, if only. Oh, if only. Oh, this blows. So, let's see. I don't want to do that. Set it aside and put it at the top of the deck. I will do that. So, we're going to do Black Widow's movement and 2 punches. And the punches aren't going to do very much for us. As you can see, there's nothing for her to punch. But with that 1 movement, she gets to move over to Avengers Tower, which we've cleared from all the threats. So now we get to use this cool little ability down here at the bottom, which is you may search your deck for 1 card and set it aside. Then shuffle your deck and place that card on top of it. So I'm going to do that so I can make sure that I get some movement and punches. And I think if I can get a Hulk Smash... Yeah, I think if I get a Hulk Smash, that might be good. I think Hulk Smash should be good in this. It means to take a look. No interrogation, some Antman, cool cards. No, it is definitely going to be a Hulk Smash card. That's what we're going to put in there. Let's go ahead and reshuffle this real quick. And we'll put that on top. And then we will move back to our character board here because we are going to be seeing another Master Plan card from Taskmaster. Here he comes. He's moving 0 and he's doing a bam. Oh, mother. So, this is now the problem. Yeah, this is a problem. We're going to go back to the board right now and show you where Taskmaster is. Taskmaster. I was so close. And he's there with the Hulk, and I only have 1 card. Now, in the base game, if you're not playing solo, if you have 1 card in your hand, it's fine. You just get KO'd, and you draw back up. Like, you get delayed a turn, basically. But when you're playing solo, and you get KO'd, you've lost. I've lost the card completely. It's staying down there. I'm not going to pick it back up. Almost got close on Taskmaster. I really did. I have no crisis tokens on the board. I was really doing a good job managing that. I only needed to clear 1 more threat, one more threat card off, and that's it. I could have hit him. And he got so close on this one. Really did. But, c'est la vie. That's the way it is. Taskmaster wins again. He's going to go ahead and punch the Hulk in the face. Hulk is going to die. And that is the way we are going to end this game with the Hulk on his back and Taskmaster on top of him. If anyone here is looking at me with these painted miniatures and thinking, what are you doing? They're mine, and they're sealed. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be good. And I can do what I want. They belong to me. So we're just going to leave that there for you. Let's see if I can get a little zoom-up view. Little camera action going there for you. I'm gonna, since I have some time here, I'm just gonna bear with me. I'm gonna kind of focus this up a bit so you guys can see it, and then that's how I'm gonna leave it with Taskmaster reigning over the Hulk because he has defeated them and he has defeated me, and he has mastered the task. So let's get a little clarity on that. There you go. And that'll be our thumbnail. That right there. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. Thank you very much for watching. I probably will be doing a couple more of these, as time goes on. I do just enjoy playing this game solo, and it's a lot of fun. Some of the other games that are solo that I try to do, they're just too much. They're just too involved. I think Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. I didn't do that one solo because there are a lot of pieces to it and a lot of thinky bits. Viscounts of the West Kingdom is a very cool game. Has a very cool solo mode. That's not a good game to stream because it's very thinky. It's very heavy. You gotta get in the back of your head and try to figure stuff out. Um, but we'll see what I can do next time. I may do another video game. I may not. Either way, thank you very much for watching. I am going to end the stream by being or saying, wow. I'm EC Bond. Thank you for watching. This is the Gamery. Have a good night.